ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। 76 मध्यवेगे तु भोगानां प्राधान्यं स यदा तदा कृत्वा प्रकाशमात्मानं वदन् क्रीडति बालवत्। The fourfold conducts of the Jivan Mukta, varying in accordance with the intensity of prarabdha, are being now described. We have seen in the case of the one who has got tivra prarabdha, the prarabdha is very powerful. As a result, the person appears as though like any other ignorant beings. But he has got more love towards Atma Swarupa compared to all other ignorant folks. He is called as what? Atma Ratihi. The second one who has got Madhya Vega, the intensity is mediocre. So what happens? Whenever the Bhoga Prarabdha is very powerful, what happens? Atma chale gaya. So Atma goes and what? He is taking to sense object. So but as a sense object, it says, and whatever he does is incongruous, means incongruous to what the discovery that he has got. Like a balavat vadan kridati kimapi jalpan. Something prattling as it were, not literally it is what prattling should be there, etc. But something incongruous he does. Now let us see, if the intensity of prarabdha is manda, very dull, what happens? How he conducts? That is what is described in terms of Atma Mithunaha. Two we have seen, Atma Ratihi, second one is Atma Kridaha. In Rati, oneself is there. In Krida, something other than oneself is there. Now, Atma Mithunaha. We have seen Mithuna means Dvandva Janitam Sukham. Any Sukha born of two is what? Mithuna. So, in the case of this person, is what? It is Dvandva Nirapeksha. Manda Vege tu tiras Mandavege tiraskritya bhogan prayena chintayan. Mandavege tiraskritya bhogan prayena chintayan. Dhyatmanam dvandva sukham prapnoti mithune yatha. Dhyatmanam dvandva sukham prapnoti mithune yatha. Anvaya Mandavege sati Bhogan tiraskritya prayena dhiya atmanam chintayan. Add loke yatha mithune dvandva sukham apnoti. Add tatha dvandva sukham prapnoti. Mandavege add sati bhogan tiraskritya prayena dhiya atmanam chintayan. Add loke yatha mithune dvandva sukham. Need not be taken. Dvandva sukham prapnoti, correct. Prapnoti tatha dvandva sukham, again prapnoti. Manda vege, if the prarabdha vega is manda, prarabdha vega is manda, it is not powerful, it is dull. So what happens? This person, bhogan tiraskritya, having discarded the bhogas, vishaya bhogas. So he is not interested in the vishaya bhogas. Prayena, earlier also, little that kridati, etc., not that he is much interested, but at times, so prarabdha is such that he is undergoing them. But if he has no vairagya, then he will not have the knowledge at all. Vairagya is there, but somehow the prarabdha is such that it has, that is ordered all these things. I think that prarabdha at times is very strange. We find an incident in the case of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. So he was going somewhere. He saw a person at the garbage can picking up all these things and eating. He could find that he is not an ordinary person. He is a jnani. So he was shuddering. Oh mother, let me not have such a state. Means he was impervious. For our worldly standpoint, that fellow was picking some crumbs in the garbage and eating, but he was actually impervious of it. The body conscious was not there. Little hunger might have been there, and he is not able, he had no discretion. Same thing when Gajanan Maharaj of Shegaon, first when he was spotted by a patil there. Actually, it was spotted by someone in the patil's house. Some big ceremony was going on. So many people were eating the food. The feast was being given, and all those patravalis, the leaves were on this served, they were being thrown. There, somebody was picking up something and eating. Once, a prominent person from that place who also had gone to the feast and returning, he saw along with other person something unique they could find, and he said, this person cannot be an ordinary person. And went and told the party, look, feed him. He is not ordinary, doesn't seem to be an ordinary person. So they brought, he didn't accept at all. So he was in the sunset, that in state that he was as such. So, I wonder, of course, it is something out of context, whether physically he was elder brother of Shirdi Sai Baba. Can't say, because there were earlier brothers were there. That is what, as per narration of Satya Sai Baba, there is no such pakka evidence except only one statement of Shirdi Sai Baba. When Gajanma left the body, he said, my brother has left. That he remarked. But it can be figurative also. Brother, it can be figurative, or it can be they only know it. Okay, it does not bother. But he was a Jivan Mukta of not even third variety. He was a Jivan Mukta of the fourth variety, that is what called Atma Anandaha. So, Mandavege Bhogan, Vishaya Bhogan, Tiraskritya, having disregarded, Prayena, generally means mostly, Prayena, what does he do? Dhiya, by his antakarna, Anam Chintayan. What does it? He contemplates, he meditates on Atma Swarupa, Chintayan. What does he gain? Loke, in the world, just as Mithune Dvandva Sukham Tatha Dvandva Sukham Prapnoti. Mithune Yatha Mithune Dvandva Sukham. Just as the case of the Dvandva, the Mithuna, the Sukha born of Mithuna, the two. So, like that, what does he gain? Dvandva Sukham Prapnoti. The Sukha born of two. Here two are, in the case of this, who is this person? Atma Mithunaha. They are Dhyata and Dheya. this mithuna to pair. The pair is here in the case of this Atma Mithuna is Dhyata and Dheya. I Dhyata. So what? Meditate on Dheya, Bhuma, and then what happens? And in that meditation, the mind is withdrawn from all the sense pursuit and even identifying the body, except me, the meditator, Dhyata remains. So duality is there, Dvandva, Janya, that is Mithuna. So that is what the joy born of two. Dvandva Sukha, Prapnoti, he gains. Means in his case, more withdrawal from what is there, Vishaya Bhoga, is there compared to the earlier tree. Even then, the duality is there, Savikalpatva is that is actually Savikalpa Samadhi. Savikalpatva is there. In fact, this person also is called Jivan Mukta by courtesy. All these three, Atmaratihi, Atma Kridaha, and this person, third one, Atma Mithunaha, are called termed Jivan Mukta by courtesy. The true Jivan Mukta is the next one who has got Nirvikalpa Samadhi. That person is described as Atmanandaha. So what is his conduct? Let us see now. Supta vegeti nirvigno nirvikalpa samadhi bhak. Atmanandavashesha san aste muktavadadvayaha. Supta vege add sati, ati nirvignaha add yada, nirvikalpa samadhi bhak, atmanandavasheshaha san asti. Then add tada ayam muktavat, tada ayam advaya, not afterwards muktavat. Tada ayam add, then continue with advayaha muktavat prakashate. Muktavat prakashate. Supta vege sati. That is, what is supta vega? Of what? Prarabdha. What do you mean by supta vega of prarabdha? Means prarabdha is dormant, means prarabdha vega is totally nil. Is what? Like a sleeping dog, as it were. It is not manifesting. So prarabdha vega is not there because of his past punya. See, even for the Jivan Mukta state, besides the present efforts, the backing up of past punya, to have that also is necessary. So that is how it is. Because Panchadashi puts it, karma sachiva, sahaya, like a secretary means sahayaka. But earlier past prarabdha good karmas must be there to give a boost to this vyavahara of Jivan Mukta, wherein mind is totally absorbed in the Swarupa. So supta vege sati. So ati nirvigna, that is what? When the prarabdha vega is totally nil. So ati nirvigna, totally nil in the sense it is there only for continuation of the body, that's all. Not other interaction with the Jagat is almost little, maybe there because body is there, breathing, etc. is there. Otherwise it is almost nil. So in that case, ati nirvigna, without the least hindrance, without the least obstruction. Ati nirvigna means vigna leshena api asamsprishta. Even the least vigna cannot touch him. So totally free from any hindrance, obstacles. Then he becomes what? Nirvikalpa samadhi bha. He is absorbed in the nirvikalpa samadhi. The mind assumes the Atma Akara, Brahma Akara, totally absorbed in the Swarupa, Vilina in the Swarupa. Then what is his state now? Vyavahara here. Atmanandavashesha san. What remains is only Atmananda Avashesha. No identification in the body, no awareness of body include Jagat. So only the mind is totally absorbed in the Swarupa. This is not a state of sleep. In sleep, he is not aware of anything including the body, but stupor is there. So Ananda. But here, he is not asleep, he is not awake to anything, but the mind is absorbed in the Swarupa. Even the Pramata is not there. Then how does he experience the Atma Swarupa? Because Atma itself is Anubhava Swarupa. It is available in its true nature. Mind has assumed that capacity is there in the mind, provided it is properly prepared in terms of Shuddha Antakarana, Chitta Naishchalya, and Avarana, ignorance is removed. Atmanandavashesha san, remaining only nothing but Atma. Asti, this Jivan Mukta remains Sada at that time. Advayaha, he is Advaya Swarupa. Why Advaya Swarupa? Mind is so absorbed in the Swarupa, even the Dhyata is no more, Pramata is no more. Earlier the meditator was there in the Atma Mithunaha. That meditator Dhyata is not there. Dheya separate from is not there. What has become is what? Dheyakara, Panchadasi first chapter. Dheyakara, what remains is only Atma Swarupa, that is Dheyakara. Even Dheya you can't say, you have to say by courtesy. Do you know why? Till now it was Dheya. But now, and Dheya status, what is Dheya? Meditated upon. Now meditated upon has the status provided the meditator Dhyata is there. Now the Dhyata has dissolved, that means totally dissolved in what? Dheya. That is what Dheyakara, Dheyaikakara Vritti, Panchadasi first chapter. That is Antakarana has assumed nothing but Dheya. Pramata also gone, Pramana also gone. Hitherto Pramana is out. This is your Swarupa, Pramana. That also gone. What is there only? Brahma Swarupa. So that is Bhuma Swarupa. So that is Advayaha. Then in that state, Muktavat Prakashati. He Prakashate shines, he remains. How? Muktavat. Like a liberated person. Acha, earlier he was not liberated. Here Muktavat means Videha Muktavat. Like a person who is Videha Mukti. In Videha Mukti what happens? Body is totally gone, disintegrated. Videha Muktavat means the experience of Videha Mukta has nothing but Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa is there even without the least trace of embodiment. And the experience of this person, there is no distinction. But for you and me, what is there? For appearance, body still appears to be there. It will be, the momentum once over, that also will fall off. The Muktavat Advaya. So, these are the four types of conduct of the Jivan Mukta. But the fact is, in Tivra, Manda, Madhya, Manda, that whatever conduct that is there, it is not actually Jivan Mukta, but by courtesy, because fellow has got Jnana. See, Jnana is there. Even that 75th person, Atmarati, not Ajnani. For a while he has discovered, directly cognized the Atma Swarupa by his thing. But the continuance or the abidance of the mind in the Atma Swarupa is not possible because that much ready frame of mind is not there. Prarabdha also is not conducive for that purpose. So, but that love for Atma is there because he has discovered what the Atma Swarupa. And whereas this person is totally absorbed in that, he is called as Atmananda. This is from the standpoint of Jivan Mukti. As for Videha Mukti, not that this fourth state is inevitable. As for Videha Mukti, knowledge even for a while is directly cognized. Person will get moksha after the death. But till then, the fellow has to face the music. What is the music? Drishta, Dukkha and Sukha. The fellow is tossed by whatever Sukha Dukkha that he undergoes by the Prarabdha Vega. So that distinction is there. Whereas here, Jivan Mukta is what? He says, He is not aware of anything. So that is not, this Jivan Mukta means this, Atmanandaha is not. So it is a degree of variation in terms of the intensity of absorption of the mind in the Swarupa. All these gradations not in terms of Atma-jnana. Gradations are in terms of Jivan Mukti, in terms of the degree of intensity of absorption of the mind in the Swarupa. That is what Yajnavalkya, why he took sannyasa. Yajnavalkya was Ajnani. He is the one who was teaching everyone, including Janaka, and in the royal court he proved he is the one who has got the highest knowledge and he defeated all. Yet finally he took sannyasa. What for? For gaining Jivan Mukti. Because he was, as a Grahastha running the Gurukula, he was busy with so many things, and he was not ordinary this thing, very most rich guy also. In those days he was the most rich person. So he wanted to, now enough of all these, let me get absorbed in my Swarupa. So therefore he took the, what sannyasa it was? Sunday morning classes. Oh, the car mein abhi idhar itna lamba aa gaye hai, abhi kaisa malum hoga. What is that? Vidvat sannyasa, not Vividisha sannyasa. Vividisha sannyasa is to gain the knowledge. Vidvat sannyasa is to gain the Jivan Mukti, wherein the mind has got to get totally absorbed in the Swarupa, as described here in the stanza 78, who is called as Atma Anandaha. Otherwise, what is the need of this sannyasa for Yajnavalkya as such? So that is how it is. So up to here, the description of Jivan Mukta is over. Now the subsequent portion of the Chandogya describes the Videha Mukta, the one who has shed the body also. The prarabdha has ended, the body also is not given up. So that is now being shown. That is described as Saha Swarat Bhavati Tasya Sarveshu Lokeshu Kamacharaha Bhavati. 725-2. This describes the Videha Mukta. Up to Atmanandaha was the description of Jivan Mukta. So now it is Videha Mukta from Swarat. Means when the body falls off, the body dies because the prarabdha is totally over. He is Swarat. Swarat means one who is independent, not dependent on anything whatsoever. Self-sovereign. Self-sovereign, independent of everything. Swayam Rajate, Swayam Prakashate, not dependent on anything. So that is what? Swarat. So that is that. And for which? It is said, Tasya Sarveshu Lokeshu Kamacharaha Bhavati. And he has got free movement in all lokas. Don't take literally. Do you know why? How all lokas? Free movement. What do you mean by free movement? Just as a king has got free movement in all lokas. Kingdom. Is it not? Not lokas. Kingdom. Is it not? We have got free movement in all the country, is it not? Yes or no? Yes. You go to prohibited area, they will throw you out. But suppose the president of the country, when president of country, if he goes to the security check of airport, he is not checked, okay? I think that is the president and prime minister, I believe so. They are not checked with a metal detector. So that is what that, because he is that king. He has got free movement in the kingdoms. Like this Videha Mukta has got free movement everywhere. Don't take literally. Do you know why? That guy has no body. Who is he? Videha Muktaha, one who has no body. It is a figurative expression, will be explained. Because he is Sarvatma. So Atma of everyone, everything is superimposed on him. That is what is said as what? Is what? Just as in Taittiriya it is said, Soshnute sarvan kama. Brahmavid enjoys all sense objects simultaneously. What does it mean? Acha, you ask us to develop vairagya and Brahmavid, ye achhi baat hai. Brahmavid enjoys all sense objects. No. Why do you run after sense object, Vishayas? To get ananda. Suppose, imaginary condition, this thing, all sense object, if enjoyed simultaneously, what could have been the ananda? His ananda surpasses that. That his ananda surpasses such a don't want to be taken literally. Then the gadbad ho jayega. So like that here, he has got free movement everywhere. So now there is one doubt possible. We have not studied Chandogya chapter completely, therefore, but the author, we have to take into account this. What is that? Earlier, when the upasana of namadi, what anta? Ashanta, penultimate stage, prananta. Before Asha, what is that? That Asha, after Prana was there, Prananta. And each upasana's results were given. When the Brahmadrishti in Nama was given, that result was not told here, but in the Upanishad it is there. You know what is the result there? Yavat namnaha gatam tatrasya yatha kamacharaha bhavati. 715. Chandogya. See, up within the purview of the Nama, Gatam means Gati, within the purview of Nama, is what is that? Asya means Upasakasya. What Upasaka? The one who looks upon Nama as Brahma, one who does the Brahma Drishti, what? He has got what? He becomes Yatha Kamacharaha, means like a king who is free to move in his kingdom, he has got free movement. Now here, you say, this person also is what? Kamacharaha bhavati sarvalokeshu. What is the difference then? Then which is better? That is better, is it not? Least effort, same result. Here, itna effort karke bhi wahi same thing. Why you want to spend more efforts for a same goal? What is the distinction? No. That is a relative freedom. Because ignorance is still there. This is absolute freedom because no ignorance, no embodiment. That fellow has got embodiment there. Here no embodiment. So therefore this should not be taken literally as what? He roams around. Then we have to sympathize him. Why? He is in the realm of Jagat only as such. So no, it is not. Let us see what it means now. Swarat syat patite dehe nanya dhino vimudhavat. Tasya sarveshu lokeshu kamacharo bhavet khalu. Patite dehe swarat syat. Add saha. Vimudhavat. Anyadhinaha na add bhavati. Saha vimudhavat. Anyadhinaha na bhavati. Tasya sarveshu lokeshu kamachara. Kamacharaha khalu tasya sarveshu lokeshu khalu kamacharaha bhave. So in the case of the Jivan Mukta, patite dehe, after Atmananda is patite dehe, which is true for even the state of Atmananda is not gained, but Aparoksha Jnana is very clear. Patite dehe, that's why all were called as Jivan Mukta. Patite dehe, when the body falls, means when the body dies, Swarat syat. The individual becomes what? Swarat, because Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa, Bhuma Swarupa alone is no embodiment. What do you mean by Swarat syat? says, Vimudhavat anyadhinaha na bhavati. Like a Vimudha. Here Vimudha means not simply deluded. Anatmadnyaha. Who is Vimudha? Anatmadnyaha. The one who is so when the body falls, he becomes Swarat. What do you mean by Swarat? This is Vimudhavat Anatmadnyaha Vimudhaha. Totally deluded. Who are totally deluded? Who are ignorant of the Swarupa. Once you mistake the body as I, then everything starts. You relate whatever that belongs to body as my. The Jagat is different from me. Of course, the plight of this Anatmadnya will be described in 82, 83. We'll see that. So, like ignorant person, so Anatmadnyaha, so the Vibhudavat, Anyadhinaha bhavati, Anyadhina na bhavati. We are talking of the Videya Mukta. This person is not adhina, under the control or dependent on anything else, anyone else. The contrast, how the ignorant person is dependent, will be described in 82, 83. So he is not dependent, he is independent, so he is not under the control of anyone. And tasya sarveshu lokeshu kamacharaha bhavet khalu. So it says, tasya, in the case of this person who is Videya Mukta, sarveshu lokeshu, in the entire creation. So indeed, khalu, shastra prasiddhi, so kamacharaha bhavet. He has got free movement. So what is that free movement? We'll see. It is only sarvatmatva. So nothing other than him, and all Jagat is superimposed in him, and therefore it is not other than him, and he is everywhere. So what is that kamacharaha, free movement? Means unhindered free movement. What is that? So that is now established in 80 and 81. So therefore don't take this kamacharaha as moving everywhere. Very good. If you have to move now, what you have to do? You have to keep ready the fare, whether railway ticket or air ticket or bus ticket you have to there. ये क्या है? सब जगह, सब गोवा बीच भी देखने को मिलेगा. I think still the bug is there in the mind of some people. All these days what you have done will be drowned in that drowned in that ocean when you go there and see all nonsense that and all my efforts are what? Gone. So that is what, that's why I said no, nothing. Now you say, yes. So, that is what means here. What is that exactly kamacharam? Lokha. We have not read, no? Mayaya kalpita lokaste sarve bhuma rupatam. Mayaya kalpita lokaste sarve bhuma rupatam. Muktasya prapnuvantevam sarvalokatmakastataha. Muktasya prapnuvantevam sarvalokatmakastataha. Lokaha Mayaya kalpita. Te sarve muktasya bhumarupatam prapnuvanti. Te sarve muktasya bhumarupatam prapnuvanti. Evam, add ayam muktaha. Evam ayam muktaha. Sarvalokatmakaha. Sarvalokatmakaha, add sanjataha. Sanjataha. Then tataha. And this tataha has to be connected for anvaya to the next stanza. So it is connected to the next stanza. Let us read that. Kamacharoti visrambha pratibandha vivarjitaha. सर्वस्य स्वस्वरूपेऽस्ति प्रतिबन्धो न कोऽपिः. Now tataha, then take ati visrambhaha. Ati visrambhaha. There is alternate reading also. Ati visrabdhaha. Both are more, they give me same meaning. Ati visrambhaha or ati visrabdhaha. Then ati visrabdha, add asya kamacharaha. After ati visrambha, continue pratibandha vivarjitaha. Actually, the meaning of ati visrambha or visrabdha is pratibandha vivarjita. That's all. The stanza itself gives the meaning of ati visrambha or ati visrabha. So ati visrambha visrabdha means pratibandha vivarjitaha. Then add asya kamacharaha. Continue second line. Sarvasya swaswarupe sati. Na sarvasya swaswarupe sati. Sati to be added. Nakopi pratibandhaha asti hi. Nakopi pratibandhaha asti hi. Take stanza 80. Lokaha mayaya kalpitaha. In this case, all lokas. Who is this person now? In fact, you can't call him as a person. Do you know why? That embodiment is not there. Embodiment is not there. So long as the embodiment, deha upadhi is there, you can have person. So here not there. And why do you call this person? We have to. Because hitherto he was a person, and about his state, what happens after the Videha Mukti, we are going to describe. We have to relate that. So therefore, that by courtesy we call the earlier person. Like that, no? A person had a cook, very good cook. Okay. Now, so he had a talent of music. And the master was a very charitable person. He encouraged him for music. So cooking, he used to get training in the music also. And that in course of time, he became a great musician. So the master said, okay, because cooking, how much he will earn? Now he is a great musician. He told him, so you practice it, etc., earn, etc. He was very obliged to the master, because of him only he could become a musician. He gave the encouragement and also all that is required for becoming a musician. Okay. So he is no more a earlier. Who is cooking? Cook is cooking. Earlier cook is cooking. Now he is a musician. He doesn't cook. But after few years, out of that means what? The gratitude, he had come to meet the master. And he was so obliged, sir, I will prepare the cooking today. I will cook the today. Just because he was a master cook also. I will cook today. Now today who is cooking? Musician, but what? Earlier cook. Earlier cook is there. As far as the master is concerned, the earlier cook is there. For others, he is a musician. But for master, he is who? The cook is, the earlier cook only is. So like that here, actually he is what? What is he now? After Videha Mukti? Atma Brahma. But we have got a link because biodata we have got. Okay. So as per that biodata, who is he? That earlier fellow who was struggling, Viveka, Vairagya, scratching his head, what is this Vairagya and all that. Then he developed Sadhana Chaitanya Sampatti, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, then what? Jivan Mukta, and so they finally landed in there, Atma Ananda, let us say. Or without that, only one of the four. What? Dropped the body. Now what? No more. Ihaiva samaviliyanti pranaha vimuktascha vimuchyate. Pranaha, subtle body, disintegrates here itself. No more rebirth. He is what? Brahma Swarupa. But because we know his past, therefore what? He is a person. So, look for him now, that Atma Brahma Swarupa, lokaha mayaya kalpitaha. All the lokas are what? Falsely projected in him, Bhuma, Brahma. How? Maya, by creative power. Yatra sthiteyam vishvashrihi pratibha matra rupini. All this pratibha matra rupini, vishvashrihi, this glory of Jagat, which only appearance, where abides in Atma, Chaitanya, Bhuma. That is what he has discovered directly. So therefore, te sarve, all those kalpita, falsely projected, falsely adhyastha lokas, for this person now, for Bhuma Swarupa, what happens? Muktasya, for this muktaha, one who is Videha Mukta, not simply Jivan Mukta, for Videha Mukta, what happens? Bhuma Rupatam Prapnuvanti. They attain the status of what? Nothing but Bhuma. Just as for a person who has discovered that the elusive snake is nothing but the rope, that snake is what? Rope only. For him, entire loka is what? Nothing but Bhuma only. So, Prapnuvanti. And evam, in this manner, ayam muktaha. This mukta is what? Sarva lokatmakaha sanjataha. He becomes the one who is Sarva lokatmaka, means Sarva loka swarupa. His swarupa and the basis, adhisthana, the swarupa of entire jagat is what? One and the same Chaitanya Rupa, Atma, Paramatma, Bhuma called here. Therefore, tataha, what happens? This is what you say, kamachara. That is what it is. That sarvatmakatva means the jagat is superimposed in him. There is nothing other than him only. Therefore what? As if he has got free movement everywhere. That is figuratively it is said there. Therefore, ati visrambhaha or ati visrabdhaha. See, visrabdha, visrambha, vishrabdha, vishrambha. These are all synonyms. Means confident, free from anxiety. Literally it means so. So, visrabdha, visrambha, vishrambha, vishrabdha. All these means confident, free from anxiety. So here, ati visrambha, ati visrabdha. In short, in the context, it means pratibandha vivarjitaha. Free from any hindrance, obstacles whatsoever. Kamacharaha, free movement. Literally is what? He is everything, he is everywhere. It is considered what? Figuratively described as kamacharaha. Why he has no hindrance, pratibandha? The reason why he is kamachara and he is pratibandha varjita is told in second line. Sarvasya swaswarupe sati. What it means? Sarvasya swaswarupe sati means what? Because of being the swarupa of everyone. Everyone, who is that everyone? Come on, give A to Z. Hiranyagarbha onwards to any insignificant creature. Not only that, para Bhagavan onwards. Hiranyagarbha ka upar kaun hai? Ishvara. Ishvara onwards up to anything is the Swarup. Everything is superimposed in him only. So therefore, Sarvasya Swaswarupe Sati, being the true nature of everyone and everything, na kaha api pratibandha astihi. For him there is no pratibandha. In fact, to be pratibandha, something else is not there. Why? He alone is there. He alone means by courtesy we say he alone. Neither he, nor she, nor it. Bhuma alone is. So that individuality has dissolved. How? Just as the rivers merge in the ocean. Ganga, Yamuna, Godavari, Sindhu, Brahmaputra, Kaveri, all when merge in ocean, you can't separate. What is there is only ocean. The individuality has dissolved, disintegrated. So is this person, hitherto called person. What is there now? Only Bhuma only is there. That is what is called as Kamacharaha. This is the glory of the Videha Mukta. Then what is the plight of the Vimudha Adnyani? That's 79, no. Vimudhavat Anyadhinaha na. That Vimudha Adnyani, what is his plight? So that is now described here in 82 and 83. Corresponding Shruti mantra is Athaye Anyatha Ataha Vidu. Not knowing the Bhuma Swarupa, those who identify with the embodiment and take themselves to be other than Bhuma, you know what happens to them? Ataha, thereby. So, Anyatha Ataha Vidu. Ataha means then this Bhuma. They are what? Anyarajanaha te kshayalokaha bhavanti tesham sarvalokeshu akamacharaha bhavati. These people are Anyarajanaha. They have got someone else as the Raja, the boss, to control them. Again, Kshaya Lokaha, all the lokas they gain, fields of experiences they gain, they are destructible. And Tesham Sarveshu Lokeshu Akamacharaha bhavati. They have no freedom in the all lokas, confined to the embodiment only. This is also from 725 to this portion gives the plight of a Admudha, Adnyani, who is Akamacharaha, and what is the reason for that? That he is so, that is now explained in 82-83. Bhumatmanam na janati mudha kintvanyathe. Jivohamishwaradhino dharma dharmayutastviti. Mudhaha bhumatmanam na janati kintu anyatha ikshati. Kintu anyatha ikshati. Aham jivaha ishwaradhinaha dharma dharma yutaha tu iti. Yutaha tu iti yutastviti. Mudaha Adnyani. Who is that Adnyani? Bhumatmanam na janati. The Bhuma as his Swarupa, Atma, I, one who doesn't know that Mudha, what does it do? So because of that, Kintu, he doesn't know, this Adnyani doesn't know what Bhuma, which is Atma Swarupa. On the contrary, Kintu, on the contrary, what does it do? Anyatha ikshati. Takes oneself to be different from what the I is. What is that Anyatha ikshana? That is, Anyatha ikshana is what is called misapprehension. Doesn't know Bhumatmanam na janati, non-apprehension of one's Swarupa. And as a result of non-apprehension, what it leads to? Misapprehension. What is not me is mistaken as I. What is that Anyatha ikshana or misapprehension? So not knowing Bhumatma Swarupa, he takes oneself to be other than what oneself is. What is that? Second line explains. Aham jivaha. That Anyatha ikshana is explained. I am who? Jivaha. Samsari. I have got a boss. Who is that boss? Ishwaradhinaha. I am under the control of Ishvara. So karma phalas, papa, punya, I have to answer. If I take to punya, I will be rewarded. If I take to papa, I will be punished. So therefore I am subject to the rules of what? dharma dharma yutaha. Dharma punya, adharma papa. Endowed with punya and papaha. Tu iti. Therefore, pratibandha, no freedom. I am separate, Ishvara is separate, Jagat is separate. And being so, I am subjected to all the laws of Ishvara. Do this, don't do this. If you do this, you will be rewarded. If you do this, you will be punished. Maybe great. Bhishasmadvata pavate, Bhishodeti surya. These are all stalwarts. One who has got such a power in their hand, run errands because of whose power? Ishvara. So therefore Jivaha. So Jivaha. So I am endowed with that. Further, and therefore what happens now? Tasyeshvaro bhaved raja lokah karmarjita kshayi. Kamacharastu lokeshu sarvathasya na sambhavet. Ishvaraha tasya raja bhavet. Ishvaraha tasya raja bhavet. Further again, tasya karmarjitaha lokaha kshayi again bhavet. Tasya karmarjitaha lokaha kshayi bhavet. Asya, second line, asya lokeshu kamacharaha tu na sambhavet. Kamacharaha tu na sambhavet. Atasya kamacharaha tu sarvatha na sambhavet. By the by, in stanza 81, that he, last he is there. That last he is Shruti Prasiddhi. So it is so famous in the Shruti Upanishads. So, Ishvaraha tasya raja bhavet here, 83. Raja bhavet. So, Anya Rajanaha was told in the Shruti. What is that? One who has got someone else as Raja. Who is that Raja? Ishvaraha. Local Rajas will be there. Local government will be there. That is a different thing. But Uparwala, unka bhi Uparwala hai. The final Raja is who? Ishvaraha, Parameshwaraha, Bhagavan. Ishvaraha, Tasya Raja. Why? Because he himself has ordered this state. He has considered himself as what? Jiva. And as a Jiva, what is required? Jagat. Jiva is for to eke out the experiences in accordance with the Papa Punya. But for that, what is required? Field of experience. Who has to provide Jagat? He can't create. He is Alpadnyaha, Alpashaktiman. Who has to create? Ishvaraha, Sarvadnyaha, Sarvashaktiman. And when he creates, Ishvara lays down rules. Like any administration. Without administration, without rule, that is no administration is ever possible. He lays down. See? So, one freedom is given. What is that? You have got total freedom to do anything whatsoever. Subject to that dangerous. like the contract terms and condition. All attractive things they give. And the last page you have to take a magnifying glass and see what all this. Oh, barabar kaat dalta hai. So that's for lawyers. Because they are expert. You will break your head if you start what? Reading that, all those things, etc. So that is what it is. So that is it. Like no medicine. Nowadays, high-tech medicines. Any disease can be cured. They play safe. You know what they do? Top it is written. For the use of registered medical practitioners only. Okay. And there is a big leaflet is there. And for this, if you for this. And afterwards, there is what is called as contraindication. Contraindications. There the rat is out. In fact, I had some little accident type. I had got this ligament torn here. Even now I am not supposed to lift the weight. Okay. So हमारा घरगुती औषध किया. Little homeopathy, this and that, etc. It was subsiding again, coming, subsiding again. In fact, 1.5 months I could not know that I am not able to lift. Slowly pains away. So after then Ayurveda, 3 months experimentation was there. It was reduced, but still the thing has not gone. To be safe, a seasoned orthoped was consulted. Before seeing, he said, "You have got pain here, no?" He told all this is what it is. And so he had brought the medicines also and give. So first asked, "Have you got acidity problem?" etc. I said, "No, I don't have it." Okay. So that's it. Capsule, first 2 or 3 days, these capsules, after these capsules. He left. My curiosity didn't allow, because allopathy means you have to be little double cautious. So I went through the leaflets at the backside. My God, it can what lead to such a thing without previous warning, blood and the hole in the ulcers, etc. For those who have got ulcers, etc. The hole in the stomach without previous thing and blood, etc. I started now having second thought to continue that, but what see that he is an expert doctor, what to do? थोड़ा लिया, 1 हफ्ता कैसा ऊपर नीचे करके लिया. Of course, relief was there, but still not totally. He told it has to be. Then he was told, he was generous enough. You take any medicine, but it has to be taken for a long period of time. It won't go 3 months. Don't lift at all. Yes, contraindication. If for curing of one disease, you are inviting other hazards there as well. That's how it is. So here it is not. That is what he says. So here it is not so. So what is that? Rule is you are free to do anything subject to the clause. What is the clause? You are liable to answer the result in terms of Papa and Punya. Don't think you can do and slip off like the police, etc. Upar wale ka karbhar hai ye. You can't do anything. It is strict. So therefore say, Tasya Ishvaraha Tasya Raja Bhavi. He is the overlord of this jiva, who is the Ajnani Mudaha. And whatever he earns in terms of punya, the karma, swargas, etc., tasya karmarjitaha lokaha kshayi bhavi. His loka, field of experience is in terms of course, papa, naraka, kshayi everyone wants. But swarga is subject to destruction, ending means what nobody wants. Even that was, it is earned by karma. What karma? Punya. It is limited in nature. It is going to get exhausted. Kshayi, subject to destruction. And as a result of which, this fellow is limited. Asya tu kamachara lokeshu kamacharaha sarvatha na bhavi. In this case, lokeshu kamachara, as in the case of Videya Mukta, wherein everything is what? Everything is this superimposed on him. No, he is confined by what? Embodiment. And because confined by embodiment, no kamachara, no, I am different, Jagat is different, no two things are the same as me, everything different from another. Ishvara also is different. I am under the control of who? Ishvara. So that is what is the bondage, no freedom at all. So in this way, the contrast is drawn of the Ajnani from that of the one who is Jnani and now who has become Videya Mukta. As the Videya Mukta is what? He is nothing but Brahma Swarupa, Bhuma Swarupa, the basis of entire creation. Don't consider yourself to be a puny creature. That is a mistake. You are the basis of entire creation. What is that? Bhuma. But if you identify with the body, what happens? Anya Rajanaha. When you come to Goa and you visit your Kula Daivata, first go for Dhulbet, then afterwards you do, it is a custom there, here is that. So there means first darshan. You need not take bath, etc., etc. That is that. Afterwards, whatever you want to do, etc., that is the rules. It was what is called as Kula Dharma. Kula Dharma, the achara has to be kept. It has to be kept because the blessing to the Kula must be there until one discovers oneself. Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Maheshaha Go Brahmanebhino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Parjanya Prithivi Sasya Shalini Deshoyam Shobharahita Brahmana Santu Nirbhayaha Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo